useful keynotes that come from it. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to very quickly just let you know roughly, well, very quickly, what Shorebird does. Ultimately, we help companies with their direct hiring strategy. It's quite appropriate that we're talking today about careers websites and the applicant experience. There are a number of ways which we help clients have their direct hiring strategy. One is through the attract process, which is helping them use the job board sites and social media to actually attract applicants to their business. And the other side is the Shorebird Manage concept that we have, and that is essentially a applicant tracking system. So that applicant tracking system will plug into a careers website if you've got one, or alternatively we can make one for you. And what that will also do is create a mobile-friendly careers website as well, so applicants can actually apply directly to your vacancies via their mobile device as well. There's lots of other tweaking quirky things that the system has that will enable you to keep in much more direct contact with your candidates, your line managers, and improve communication generally throughout the whole of your recruitment process. The third solution that we offer is a support package. So maybe you're going on holiday, or you need a little bit of extra coverage, or maybe you just want some help managing all the CVs that come through to your business. Then that's something that we can maybe help as well with you. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Stephen O'Donnell. There's so much about Stephen, I wouldn't even begin to try and promote or talk about what Stephen does. I think that's far best left for him to do. So I'm going to pass you on to Stephen. He's going to talk a little bit about himself, and then we'll sort of get back onto the webinar and looking at what does create an award-winning recruitment website. So hi, Stephen.
Hi Liz, good afternoon. Thank you very much for the introduction, and hi to everyone else. If I just get the formalities out of the way first of all, as Liz said, I have done quite a few things, almost entirely in recruitment for the past 27 years, from 1987. In most of that time, owning and running recruitment agencies, running online recruitment services and websites, and so on. I started online from being a hands-on recruiter in 2000 when I launched alljobsuk.com, which was a portal to every employer in the UK, or every employer with more than 150 staff, every job board, every recruitment agency, publication, basically anywhere that was advertising vacancies. I had a portal where candidates could search and find any particular location, sector, and find the vacancy that they were after. So brought all that together. Moving on from that, in 2001 I set up the National Online Recruitment Awards. So this will be our 14th year of the NORAs, and they've in that time become quite a bit of a thing in the industry. So every year from every year from July to November, I'm normally up to my ears in recruitment websites. I suspect I road test more recruitment websites throughout the year than possibly anyone. Maybe thousands of recruitment websites I'll be visiting as a candidate, searching, registering, applying for jobs, and going through the application process. The NORAs are entirely judged from a candidate's perspective, and we ask candidates to nominate websites in the first place. So the candidate experience is vital to the whole ethos of the Online Recruitment Awards. So in that time, I do think, with the insider knowledge as a recruiter, with knowledge of working for employers, and of course throughout the period of the NORAs, I have quite a bit of insight to recruitment websites, how they work, and how they've evolved over the years. Now, employment websites have evolved enormously. Not in every case. You'll still see websites now that would fit in the year 2000, where the application process is that candidates are asked to post in a CV or click a link to merely send an email. And in some cases, that's absolutely fine. In other cases, not so much. Last year, we had for the NORAs, we had a one-off, a wooden NORA award, where that was given to the worst recruitment websites. One of the websites there, and I shan't go on about them all, but one of the finalists was Yo Sushi, who had a fantastic website in design and look and feel. All the vacancies were listed and so on. But whenever a candidate wanted to apply for a vacancy, they click on the apply now, and it took them to a JPEG image with a list of all the email addresses for all the branches throughout the UK. Of course, you couldn't click on any of the email addresses. You just have to write them down and then go to your Outlook. So it was an interruption in the whole process. And of course, that would leave candidates entirely frustrated. And it could be any small thing along the process that jars with candidates, that stops them making their application, that halts the process, or indeed makes the application process into a bit of an assault course where you're not testing how suitable a candidate is for the job, but you're just testing their determination to apply, and those two might not tally with the right candidates that you want to recruit for your business. So in prepping for this, there were quite a few questions came through from people registering for today's event. First one being, what are the benefits of recruitment branding to help attract the right candidates? Now, large or small, every employer needs to be distinct in their own sector. They need to distinguish themselves from their competitors, whether it's Joe the plumber or Boots the chemist. Every company has competitors that not only they're competing with for business, but they're competing with for candidates. They might be recruiting candidates who have formerly worked with their competitors, or they might be recruiting candidates that their competitor also wants to hire, especially in in the graduate sector and vocational sectors. There can be a lot of competition for particular types of individuals. So every employer needs to make them their own brand as distinct as possible, not only in the way they go about things, but representing that on their website. And of course,
talking about website.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stephen. No, I was going to say,
Yeah.
should I